Are Jacksonville home prices coming down? Is it time to get a really good deal on a house? How's housing affordability, and how much does it cost to purchase a house? Stay to the end. I'm going to show you what the average price house is going for on a monthly basis, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So let's take a look. So if you take a look at the Federal Reserve Bank, they have Jacksonville metro area MSA, what the prices were going back all the way to the 1980s. Each of these bars is some type of blip or an event on the radar. For example, 2020, there's a gray line there for COVID, right? And what happened to the prices along those lines. So prices have gone from 100, from $56,000 in 1980 to in the neighborhood of $450,000 for our metro area. But if you take a look at this, when COVID happened, there was a lot of migration that happened from other parts of the country, like the Northeast. You don't have to live in New York City if you want to work in New York City. And so a lot of those folks came to the Sunshine State here in Northeast Florida, and there was a lot of migration trends where people were moving, creating a lot of demand, and every house had 5 to 25 offers on it. It was absolutely crazy. That, coupled with the federal government, was funding low mortgage rates by a reduction of about 2 points. They went from in the high 4s to the high 2s. So it created all this artificial demand, and the housing demand went crazy. But you can see right in here, interest rates. Once interest rates went up in the last two years, it's made the demand for housing and affordability go down. And if you take a look at the last 2 to 3 years, it's been relatively flat. Let's take a closer look at what this looks like. So for all property types, condos, single family homes, farms, as well as townhouses and what have you, in the 6 counties that we serve, the median sales price is around $350,000. If you look back 12 months, it was $355,000, and this month, same month versus last year month, it's $350,000. So it's relatively flat. So 4.9% down from a year ago, and 1.4% from a year ago, and a 4% reduction from last month. If you take a look at other counties that we serve, so, for example, if you look at St. Johns County, well, let's take a look at where St. Johns County is. So St. Johns County is just south of Jacksonville, but it's along the ocean. The average sales prices are going to be higher because it's along the ocean. The closer you are to the ocean, the higher the price is going to be. The further west you go, the cheaper it will be. So Jacksonville is Duval County, St. Johns County is south, and Clay County is south as well. So let's take a look at St. Johns County. The average price a year ago is $490, and it's $495, relatively flat. If you take a look at Clay County, which is on the west side of the St. Johns River, $330,000, more affordable over there. A year ago, it was $350,000 median or average sales price, and it's now $330,000. So it's down just a little bit, about 5% from the previous year and about 4% from the previous month. And then if we take a look at Nassau County, which is up here in the Amelia Island area, so there's some rural areas like Hilliard and Callahan, but Fernandina Beach and Amelia Island is coastal. So it's going to be much more expensive in those areas. And so if you take a look at those areas for Nassau County, a year ago was $420, and this is $445. So it's slightly up. So if you take a look at affordability. So if we take the average, let's say the median sales price in Northeast Florida is that $350,000, and you were, let's take a look what the mortgage rates are. 12 months ago, or actually 10 months ago, it was almost 7.8, and then for a 30-year fixed rate conventional loan, and now it's 6.2. Well, that's a 1.5 swing. So a 1.5 swing means you're going to lower it's going to change someone's mortgage rate, their mortgage amount. So principal and interest on a $350,000 mortgage loan would be $2,500. Add about $400 for taxes and insurance, so about $2,900. And then that's for a 7.79 rate. But if you drop down to a 6.125, where we're at today, it's $2,100 for principal and interest. Add $400 for your taxes and insurance. That'll be about $2,500. So $2,500 per month for a $350,000 mortgage. So because rates have come down to 1.5%, the average person, if they could afford $350,000 $400,000 last October. Now they can afford $420,000 on their monthly payment. So as rates are coming down, affordability goes up, and the buyers can purchase a more expensive house. Well, the difference between a $350,000 and a $420,000 is the difference between a townhouse and a single family home. So affordability is coming down, and with the Fed going to be able to reduce rates here in the middle of this next month, as well as by the end of the year, a couple of times, we're going to see rates continue to dip down. They've already come down 1.5 points since in the last 10 months, and the Fed hasn't dropped them yet. So it's not, the Fed's going to drop anticipated 0.5 point. The mortgage rates will follow incrementally. Their mortgage rates have already started to come down ahead of the Fed rate. So it's a great time to buy, and if you can purchase a home now, there's less competition, and there's twice as many homes on the market as there was 12 months ago. So you're in less of a competitive situation if you buy now. You marry the house and you date the rate. That puts you in a position where you can refinance the rate later, and right now you can get great deals on houses. It's about 94% of the list price. So if a house is $100,000, you're going to be able to buy it for about $94,000 is what the area average is, list price to sale price ratio. You go back 3 years and it was 101%. If you wanted a $100,000 house, you had to pay $101,000 because you had 5 other people or 25 other people competing for that house. So it's becoming a great time to buy, and you can always marry the house and date the rate and refinance in the next year or two as rates continue to come down, that extra 1 point or 1.5 points or whatever it is. So if you'd like to get more information about this, you can message me on our live chat, or just go to our contact information. We'll be happy to assist you. Take care and happy purchasing.